Hi everybody, today is October 11th, 2013. Here's an example how these oil companies do not care about the environment. Evidently, an oil pipeline broke for Tesnor Corporation. One would assume that somebody somewhere watching the gauges would have noticed there was a drop in oil pressure or oil flow through this pipeline. But no, it was a North Dakota farmer who was out harvesting his wheat who found the oil spill. And they say, oh, it's okay, nothing to worry about, no houses are nearby. But it was on this guy's farmland. He was harvesting his wheat. The area was about 7 acres, and they're trying to make it sound like it was smaller by saying it was 7 football fields. So this farmer from North Dakota was out harvesting his wheat when he seen the oil bubbling out of the ground. Farmer Steve Jensen said he smelled the crude for days before the tires of his combine were coated in it. At the apparent break in the Tesoro Corporation underground pipeline, the oil was spewing and bubbling 6 inches high, he said, in a telephone interview Thursday. What Jensen found on September 29th turned out was one of the largest spills recorded in the state. At 20,600 barrels, it was 4 times the size of a pipeline rupture in late March to force the evacuation of more than 20 homes in Arkansas. But it was 12 days after Jensen reported the spill before state officials told the public what had happened, raising the questions about how South Dakota, which is in the midst of an oil boom, reports such incidents. The spill happened in a remote area in the northwest corner of the state. The nearest home is a half a mile away, and Tesoro says no water sources were contaminated, no wildlife was hurt, and no one was injured. Yet, like they're going to admit that water has been contaminated, or that maybe ducks, different types of fowl, deer, rabbits were contaminated either. The release of the oil has been stopped, State Environment Geologist Chris Roberts said Thursday, and the spill spread out over 7.3 acres, or about the size of 7 football fields, has been contained. So go down to a football field and visualize 7 of them all lined up around each other. Actually, it was 7.3 acres. Jacob Weidmeier, who was helping Jensen harvest his wheat crop, likened the September 29th discovery to the theme song from the Beverly Hillbillies television show. It was just like Jake Clampett shooting at some food, he said of the oil coming up from the ground, except we weren't hunting, we were harvesting. The governor of North Dakota, who says he wasn't even told about what happened until Wednesday night, said the state is now investigating its procedures for reporting spills. Initially, it was felt that the spill was not overly large, he said. When they realized it was a fairly substantial spill, the biggest in state history, they began to contact more people about it. So the oil company is saying, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it. But Jensen, the farmer, says the land is no longer usable for planting. We expect not to be able to farm that ground for several years, he said. Here's an image of them excavating the area where the pipeline was broke. Evidently, they didn't know exactly where it was broke at. So it looks like a large area has been excavated. 20,600 barrels, the largest recorded in the state. And no one at the company noticed a drop in the pressure of their gauges that monitors these pipelines. Really makes one wonder about the Keystone pipeline that they want to build. Or maybe they just figured that when someone reported it, then they would find out where it was located at, seeing how no one wanted to drive out along the area of the pipeline to look for the leak. Another article says that 865 200 gallons of fracked oil is what spilled. And they're claiming, even though they were notified on the 29th of this leak, it's because of government shutdown that no one was notified until October 8th. So far, only 1,285 barrels of the 20,000 plus have been cleaned up. Chris Roberts, the environmental geologist for the North Dakota Department of Health Division of Water Quality, said the leak was caused by a hole that had deteriorated in the side of the pipe. Tesoro's 6-inch pipeline was carrying oil obtained via the controversial hydraulic fracking process to the Stampede, North Dakota rail facility. From Stampede, Canadian Pacific freight trains take the oil pipe from Tesoro's pipeline and ship it to Albany, New York holding facility by global partners located along the Hudson River. Albany's holding facility received its first Canadian Pacific shipment from the Bakken Shale in December of 2011, according to Bloomberg, with a 1.4 million barrels of storage capacity. North Dakota Petroleum Council's response to the largest fracked oil spill in U.S. history, and one of the biggest onshore spills in U.S. history. Ho hum. You know, this is an industrial business, and sometimes things happen, and the companies are certainly responsible to take care of these things when they happen. Petroleum Council President Ron Ness told KQED. And John Berger, manager of Tesnor's Mandan, North Dakota refinery, sits on the Petroleum Council Board of Directors. Oh, what a coincidence. They knew there was a leak, they just didn't go out and look for it. Figured when it got big enough, someone would report it. Oh, well. Alright, bookmark my site. I'll keep you up to date. Please stay safe, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.